going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So today on the Black Financial Channel, we're going to talk about stock market surprises. Apparently, there's a big surprise in store this week, according to Tom Lee from Fundstrat, who believes that this could be the week that you make a ton of money. So I'm going to break this down for you. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every single day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first. Black first means that we care about our community. Black first means we educate our kids. Black first means we believe in Black wealth. Black first means that we train each other and our people on cooperative economics. If you agree that Powernomics is one of our key solutions to be successful, put a B1 in the chat. Also, shout out the city that you're from. We have to start every day with intentionality. The only way you can overcome white supremacy and all this other stuff is with intentionality, with good culture. And so in this space, we have a culture that respects intelligence. We have a culture that respects wealth building. We have a culture that is trying to break generational curses, and that's what we do. You ain't got to be Black to be here, though. We don't hate anybody, but at the same time, I got to make it clear to y'all, we have a job to do, and we got to focus. All right, so do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I see Dr. Conrad Bingham out of Phoenix. Good to see you, brother. I see Mark Cheeks out of Hobbs, New Mexico. I see Arkansas in here, Houston, Raleigh for Sean. Good to see you. What's going on Instagram? From New York, but I live in London. Oh, nice. I love London. London is a beautiful city, and y'all have some beautiful Black people in London. I mean, just some amazing Black people there. All right, so let's jump into this. Okay, so a couple of quick thoughts on my mind. Number one, stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to give you guys a stock that I'm going to buy this week that I believe is going to do extremely well. If you'd like to see the stocks that I list every week for the students, feel free to join us at drboyceprime.com. That's our program where we talk about options, stocks, and everything in between. But I will give you a stock at the end of this video that I'm going to buy myself because my research tells me this is going to be a good investment. So this is interesting news. Fundstrat, or Tom Lee, is a guy that works for a company called Fundstrat. I like Tom. I watch his commentary a lot. He's very interesting. The good news is that Tom is predicting that this week could be big for stock market investors. He's predicting that this week could be a blockbuster week, mainly because of one key thing. He's predicting that the inflation numbers are going to be damn good, that the Fed is going to be shocked and find out that their fight against inflation has been won and that they're headed right back toward their target of 2%. Now, that's the good news. The good news is that if you are long in stocks, or if you buy more stocks or create long positions where you make money if stocks go up, this could be your week. You know, your ship could come in, big money could be around the corner for you. But I'm going to have to hit the brakes on that a little bit and give you the bad news. The bad news is that Tom Lee has been wrong. I like Tom Lee a lot. I like his analysis, but sometimes his analysis is a little too optimistic. So what I'm going to do is lay it out here for you and give it to you with a grain of salt and let you kind of discern how you might want to take advantage of this information as you invest. All right, so here, this is in CNBC. They said that Tom Lee says there's a chance the Fed pauses hiking for all of 2023, sparking a massive stock rally. So in case you aren't aware, the reason that this has been a terrible year for investing, I mean, this has been a terrible year for stocks. Give me a yes in the chat if you've lost money this year. This has been a really hard year for investors. These are the years where you got to stick it out because you just, now in the Prime program, a lot of our students did make some money because we were actually taking a more bearish position. Once I kind of saw things kind of headed south, and I don't fight the Fed. That's an old saying that they have in investing. Don't fight the Fed. So when you saw that the Fed was going to basically be pushing these economic thunderstorms onto the market, we started taking much more bearish positions. If you're in the program, you know that we talked about buying your puts. We also talked about selling your call options, which is basically a bearish position. So you get to own the stock, but you're not hoping that it's going to go up. So that minimized the losses, but even then there were still some losses there. And that's just inevitable to some extent in this kind of market. But Tom Lee predicted that 2023 is going to be much better. He believes that the Fed's rate hikes are going to stop prematurely. That's going to be a big deal if that's true. If that's true, then that means that you're going to see a rally this week and maybe for all of 2023. I mean, if the Fed were to stop increasing interest rates, even if they didn't decrease them, even if they just stop the bleeding, stop the pain, stop the whipping, then you would actually see, not to, sorry, hope I didn't trigger anybody. This almost sounds like a slave term, right? But they were to stop what they were doing, that you would actually see a major rally come off of that. So what Tom Lee is saying is this. It says Fundstrat's widely followed equity strategist Tom Lee made the case for a collapse in inflation that will cause the Federal Reserve to slam the brakes on its tightening campaign, lower volatility on Wall Street, and spark a sizable stock market comeback. Lee believes we may get signs as early as this week that inflation is headed back toward the Federal Reserve's 2% target. That's the Fed's policy, is that they want to maintain 2% inflation and what they call full employment. On Friday, the core PCE inflation index will be released. So this is coming out Friday, and Fundstrat expects that it will come in at a 0.15% month-over-month increase, which would be super low. Also on Friday, the University of Michigan Consumer Survey will be released, containing the 12-month inflation expectations for Americans. Fundstrat sees that coming in at 4.4%. What does that mean? That means that these numbers in investing expectations are everything. What they're basically saying is that they expect that the numbers will be lower than the market's expectations, which will lead to a major stock market rally. On January 12th, December CPI will be released, and Fundstrat says that the core numbers, excluding food and energy, will also reflect a massive collapse in inflation. Fundstrat said these reports will show that on a 3-month annualized basis, core inflation is already tracking near the Fed's 2% target and much below the central bank's official inflation forecast. Therefore, the central bank, the Fed, will pivot policy sooner than expected. Quote, Fed framework likely changes to predictable Fed as inflation is now operating near the long-term goal of 2%. That's what Lee wrote. Okay, so here's the thing. There's another guy named Jeremy. I can't remember his last name. Is it Jeremy Grantham? Why does that name seem wrong? Anyway, he's at Penn, and he's an old guy, and I like him a lot too. He's actually been saying that the Federal Reserve has been misestimating inflation. He was one of the people that in the beginning said that the Fed was too loose, that they were pumping out, that they were just letting too much money go, that they were reducing interest rates too much, and that they were going to have an inflationary problem. That's exactly what happened. Well, now he's saying that the opposite is true. He's saying that the Fed is tightening too much, and that what Jeremy Siegel, thank you. Why does his name not come into my head? I don't know why. I wanted to say Jeremy Grantham. That didn't sound right. Then I want to say Jeremy Warner, who was like the 400-meter world champion in the Olympics in 2004 or something. So I have no idea why his name's in my head. But Jeremy Siegel, thank you very much. So Jeremy Siegel believes, he agrees with Tom Lee, that inflation is going to be dropping. So is that true or not? Nobody really knows. I would say that maybe positioning just in case the market does take a pop could be good. I just buy stock every week just because. And as I mentioned to you guys, in a second, I'll give you guys the stock that I believe you guys that I believe is going to do well. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. This is not investing advice. This is just my 2 cents. Let me remind you all that one thing that we believe in the Black Business School, where we've actually taught 10 million people how to invest in the stock market and how to buy real estate and how to build their first business, stuff like that, is we believe that the way to win the racial wealth gap, the way to win the race of economics, is to get your kids invested early, get them started sooner rather than later. A lot of your kids are at home, and you guys know we have the Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program, where we teach kids things like crypto, real estate, stock market investing, etc. Well, we've now created a Black Wealth Bootcamp for children, basically, called BMOT Live, BMOT, Black Millionaires of Tomorrow Live, where we will educate your kids for you. And this is in response to the fact that a lot of you want your kids to go through the material. You just don't have the time. So we found a really great educator that can train your kids on these topics. All you got to do is drop them in front of the computer and let them watch a Zoom meeting. And in fact, you can get one membership and bring in all your children. They can all share the same screen, share the same membership. So feel free to go take a look. If you go to boycewatkins.com, you can actually sign your kids up. We start on the 27th. We're doing this one time. I don't know when we're going to do it again. And we're going to cover 15 things every Black child needs to know about money. So if you have an interest, it's geared for kids between 7 and 14. As you know, in the Black Business School, our Black core of 3 is that we believe Black people should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support Black businesses. We also believe that you should never spend more money on your child's football camp than you spend on their tutoring. You should never spend more on a basketball camp than you spend preparing them economically, because they'll probably never make any money playing basketball, never make any money playing football. But when they get to be 25 or 30 years old, they're going to have to make money every single day of their life. So the more you prepare them now, the better off they're going to be long term, and they will thank you, I guarantee it. So feel free to go to my website, boycewatkins.com, and you can sign your child up. If you're on Instagram, you just hit the link in the bio, and the sign up form is right there. Now, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let's see, other thoughts that could really move the market this week. There is a conversation that Vladimir Putin is having about possibly toning down this war. That if there's any information that comes out stating that this war has slowed down on any level, that's going to be massive for the market. So if you're and I believe the war is going to end. I don't think the war is going to go on forever. I really don't. And so Vladimir Putin's kind of talking that talk. Hopefully he's serious. If he's serious, and if something serious happens in terms of the war, that could actually be extremely beneficial to your stocks as well. And I see Cap Hill is in here. Cap Hill is my buddy. We play. We actually see him online. We actually do. Travis Glenn. I never knew your name was Travis Glenn. I just knew it's Cap Pillar. And if you're old school like me, you know what it means. You peel somebody's cap. So he plays Call of Duty, and he just kills everybody. So it's a lot of fun. That's my one little guilty pleasure. Maturity is extremely overrated. So I like to just have fun sometimes. But anyway, as I told you guys, I will give you guys a stock that I like. The stock that I'm going to buy tomorrow that I like is a company called STEM Incorporated, and the ticker symbol is STEM. So STEM, STEM is the stock that I'm going to be buying, and it's based on some research that I did. So I believe this is going to be a good investment. I'm going to buy this stock, throw it in my pile of stocks, and just leave it there. Remember, the thing about investing is it's not about constantly juggling and constantly jumping in and jumping out. It's, just buying stuff and holding on to it. So the same way people buy shoes and go out to dinner and all that and go to the mall and buy clothes, I buy stocks. That's it. I just, and I don't even know how many companies I own or whatever, because I just do that as a habit. And that is a good way to actually build your wealth. That's where rich people come from. It ain't that complicated. I'm not kidding. If you take any family and you were to take the same amount of money we spend on shoes and going out to eat or going to the club or buying fried chicken or doing whatever it is we do with our money, the money we spend at Christmas, and you would have put that same amount, like keep doing what you're doing, but to put that same amount into stock market investing consistently, and you didn't sell what you own, then your whole family will be really wealthy. In fact, if you go to my website, boycewatkins.com, there is a free $5 a day investing plan that you can apply that will literally guarantee that your kids are going to be financially strong by the time they're 25 years old. The key thing is you got to do it now, and you can't sell your stock. So don't sell out. Hang in there. Don't just let it go because you're making a little bit of money. Hold on to the asset. That's what rich people do. They own things. That's what wealth is. Wealth is what you own, right? That's all it is. So if you want to be rich, buy stuff and hold it and own it. And then one day you're going to wake up and people are going to be jealous of you. You're going to have a bunch of haters because they're going to be mad at you because they somehow think that you got lucky. Well, really, you didn't get lucky. You were just smart. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's my 2 cents. Just a reminder, you guys know I have a new book out, so feel free to go take a look. It's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. You can go find that on Amazon if you want to, or you can also go to drboycebooks.com if you want to see my other books. Feel free to do that. And I am out of here, guys. So God bless you. Have a good day. And I think my wife is going to want to do a pillow talk a little bit later because there was some interesting comments that there was a rapper, not a rapper, a guy named Akon. You know Akon, the singer. He made a comment about Nick Cannon today where he said that going to your kid's recital is something white people do. He said that's what white guys do. So we got to kind of deal with that because and the reason I deal with this type of stuff isn't just because my wife is a therapist and a relationship and family therapist, but also because you can't really talk about wealth if you don't start talking about your culture. You can't start talking about wealth if you don't talk about your families. So broken families don't typically build that much wealth. It's very hard to build wealth with a broken family. So the Black community's number one challenge right now in terms of wealth building is that single Black mothers have the lowest net worth, the lowest median net worth in America because for whatever reason, the father's not there with the kids. And also fathers who pay lots of child support have very low net worth because their money gets drained out of their pocket. So part of the way your your wealth plan has to include family. If you can't include your family structure and family planning into your wealth plan, then there's a very good chance that you're going to end up missing the boat. You're going to be real confused. You're going to do all the right things and it won't work out. You're going to think you're going to go to college, you can get all the degrees and do all the hard work and not find yourself getting ahead. Well, a lot of times it's because family structure is the difference between running against the wind versus running with the wind. It's the difference between going up a hill versus running down a hill. It's the difference between hoping for the best and having an economic engine that pushes you forward. Strong families are a powerful economic engine. So I actually want to talk about some of what Akon said about parenting and fatherhood and all this other stuff. So my wife and I'll probably do that a little bit later. So anyway, guys, that's it. God bless you. Thank you for listening. If you could, please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. I love you, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.